So we all know that President Trump lies. He lies all the time, consistently. He is a pathological liar. But how many Republicans know that Trump is a pathological liar? Well, according to one ex-congressman, everyone knows, but they don't dare say a thing. Now, who is this? This is actually former Republican Congressman Joe Walsh. Now, Joe Walsh is also known as the deadbeat dad. So, nonetheless, while even supporting Trump during his campaign, Joe Walsh has actually come out to be actually quite critical of President Trump and actually one of the few Republicans in favor of the Mueller investigation, which is very interesting. Now, Walsh, again, he's not in office, so that makes a huge, huge difference. So I just want to make sure to point that out, because every Republican that is speaking out against President Trump right now is somebody who doesn't have to worry about getting re-election or about winning re-election. So that is a very important point. Now, as for Walsh, he says, quote, every single Republican in the House and the Senate knows and privately admits that this president lies all the time. And every single one of these Republicans is afraid to acknowledge it publicly. So that's really important because, again, this is exactly what's going on. And it's coming from a Republican. Now, the reason that it's happening is because most Republicans in Congress are literally cowards. The Republican base loves Donald Trump because they are in a cult of personality. So if you're a Republican congressman and you've got that base that could vote for you or vote against you, what are you going to do? Oh, yeah, Trump's fantastic. I love everything that he does. Please vote for me. I'm Trumpier than Trump. And we have seen a lot of politicians on the right attempt to use that line. I'm Trumpier than Trump. Please vote for me. This is a reality, man. If you come out against Donald Trump, you are a traitor. Now, if you side with Donald Trump as well, then there's a good chance that he will end up taking your career down with him. So this is a reality. And this is a reality that they helped create with the help of Fox News. They have set themselves up. And I remember the words from Charlie Sykes. Now, he's a Republican. He's somebody that's got a Republican podcast, a longtime conservative. He's like, we helped create this bubble that is fact-free. And now we're living in this nightmare we've created. And as politicians, well, we can't get away from that. If you start to challenge those narratives, or if you actually start to cite stories from the New York Times or whatever, well, then immediately the base goes into revolt. And they say, fake news. It's all fake news. It's not real. You're parroting the liberal media, which is laughable because we don't actually have a liberal media. And if you're a politician, it gets worse because then you lose that base of support. The Democrats ain't going to vote for you. So this is the reality that they are trapped in. Now, Walsh said, furthermore, that, quote, the Republican Party will pay a price for this cowardice. And I think if the world were sane and just, sure. But it's not. So in reality, the Republican Party has been winning because of it. I mean, look at the wins that they got policy-wise. They've rolled back almost every climate change regulation. We pulled out of the Paris Climate Agreement that they didn't like. The Iran deal they also did not like. That's being torn up. They also got giant tax cuts for the rich, for their donors. They're getting the policies that they've always dreamed of. And they won't vote against those policies. And it's another reason why they won't speak up. And of course, as I said before, they're afraid to speak up because then their base will revolt against them and they'll vote for somebody even more extreme, even if they end up losing in the general election. Look, I think the only way to beat this is to run populist left. And I say this all the time. we need to fight with actual populism on policies that are really, really popular. For example, Medicare for All polls over 60%, 69% with millennials, millennial voters. Overall, the country is ready for single payer, for Medicare for All, which are the same thing, in case some people might not know the difference. Because certainly the Democratic Party has not come out to make sure that everybody does know that they are the same thing. In fact, the Democratic Party leadership continues to not run on populism. They continue to run on Trump is bad. The recent Joe Crowley, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez debate showed you that. Here you had a progressive that says, I'm running for Medicare for all, I'm running for free college, I'm running for all these progressive priorities. And what is Joe Crowley running on? We need to oppose Trump. Well, that's not going to win an election. You're not going to get to the core of the issues that are affecting voters by just saying, this guy's bad. And unfortunately, as I said before, this is where the Democratic Party is headed. That is how you lose. Now, for the Republicans, they may not live in reality, but if they continue to go down this route, and the Democrats continue to go down their route, the Republicans still have wins in store. And that is very disastrous for the rest of the country. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.